Oh my God, are we on? Are we live? Is this on?
Keep the music turned up.
Is this thing on?
Hold on.
That was a cute little workout. Listen, but listen, this chair dance right here, that needs to be on a highlight because that was everything. That was everything. That was going down with like Cleve Huxtable's chair dance. Like that was everything.
Yes,
I like that. Good evening. Welcome.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on, kittens? How y'all doing?
How your mama doing?
Welcome to the BGKH show. Today is May the 1st.
May 1st. You know
Really?
what? We are 5 months into this bitch.
Like 5 months into this, and you know what? It's amazing because as a kid, you don't think about dates, you don't think about time, you don't think about
Right.
not like to this extent.
Life
it's like,
just happens.
It's like, damn, this year is almost half over. And it's like, what the
Right.
hell? Like, 30 days to the date of the start of my birthday month. Just keep that in
Yes,
mind.
God, Nessa.
Just keep that in mind because we still have some things to do for both.
We sure have, because we never
We
did
didn't
make
get-
it
we
to
didn't get
Texas
to-
Day Brazil.
we did not.
But I keep getting these emails from Fogo de Chao for discounts, so
I am not, as long as there's some meat that's served, I'm good.
Right, we can do either or both.
So, yeah. But anyway,
So-
so welcome to the BGKH show with Dominion the Epic.
You like my new shirt?
I sure do, but we introducing ourselves and about the show.
Sorry.
So, I mean,
my bad.
we're going to come back to the shirt.
I was in a shitty mood, and so now I'm pumped up. So
You got pumped. You just did a legendary chair dance, which was everything.
Right, I feel
listen,
better now.
Star Statements and Legends, he just came on in and made a statement. Let's be clear.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
be
you.
clear. So welcome to the BGKH show again for like the 5th time.
Right.
He is
I'm
Dominion. I am Epic. And again, thank
Welcome
you all
to
for
Men on Film. Oh,
right.
sorry.
Thank you all for
Wrong
tuning
show.
in. Right. So BGKH, what does it stand for? Well, the B stands for the blacks. The G stands for the gays. We woke up like this.
Right.
The K stands for the kinky. There was a lot of that this weekend.
Pigs.
There was a lot of that this weekend. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
that
talk about
too.
all that.
And then also the H stands for humans.
So let's jump right into it. Claw. How was your claw?
My fucking claw was amazing. My claw was amazing because I got to see lots of brothers that I haven't seen in quite some time.
Right.
And I absolutely adore the getting the chance to have a family outing, kind of see everybody. So shout out to all the Great Lakes brothers, shout out to the Midwest brothers, shout out to every single Onyx brother that came out. I was happy to see Jay Phoenix. I was happy to see even Boy Mantis. And listen, let me stop this
You
right
said
now.
even Boy Mantis.
No, I'm saying even Boy Mantis. No shade, because I don't want him to get on here later on and be like, "This some
Right,
shade."
because that girl stay trying to.
And he was a
get
little
booked.
upset and in his feelings about MAL and about a certain look that we apparently did not mention enough. So,
What look was that? Okay.
Boy Mantis, you were there this weekend and you made my weekend. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit and say you were also a star of MAL weekend. So
He's the
it is
star
on,
wherever he goes. Though.
absolutely. So it is on film. It is on video. It is in the annals of the BGKH
He
show.
said annals.
Check it out on YouTube and everywhere else, but it is there on tape. So you got it. So we're good because we're not going to have another 29-minute conversation
Okay.
4 different times
Right.
during MAL while I got a cocktail in my hand. We're not going to do
Okay.
that. We're not going to do that. But anyway.
So Trey did a good job with that punch.
Thank you. Listen.
That punch was fuck upable. Yes.
Oh my God! It's so for me when I tasted the punch, I was like, oh my God! I was like, this tastes like.
And it was slightly different, but I liked that each chapter has their own little
but
spin
it
on
tasted
it. It was
like
good.
it tasted like what it would taste like when
like
it came
a
back
Now
up.
Later a little bit.
But it was good. I mean, but listen, I limited myself to one punch. I'm not fucking with you hoes. I'm not doing that.
Right.
No.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
You get half punch and half water.
It's not even that. 1 cup is enough. So I was kind of taking shots every time I was going back. I was like,
Right.
choo, choo, choo. But thank you so much, Trey. Thank you so much. Who else was I talking about? I was talking about Council Ultramare, Lycan, Panther, Raptor, Onu, all of you that came out, all of you that helped the experience, be a wonderful experience. And it was nice to actually sit back and not be the host for like a hot second and just enjoy myself. So I had a good time. Especially when something's not in your chapter and you're going there. And again, wherever there's an Onyx Man, it felt like home. So I felt very good and I was happy to see everybody. But Claw was great. I am going to mention this one hookup,
One hussy.
this one hiccup.
Oh, hiccup. Okay.
Hiccup for the weekend. I'm going to keep it cute,
Ooh.
but we are adults. And we can have a conversation. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. How was your Claw?
Hold on 1 second. I'm making notes.
But shout out to one of our associates, Mike, that came up and was hanging out all weekend. So Mike, listen, that was one of the first times I got to hang out with you and actually realized I was hanging out with you and had a good time and I wasn't drunk and wasn't occupied doing everything else.
Mr. Producer,
So
can you turn that music up for a little bit? Oh, no, not that music. Pause that. So, our Claw had a theme song.
listen, it is noted. This weekend it was legendary on several different levels.
It's yours. Yeah. Young Gray. You got my legs, you got my backpack. When it's all wet, you let me turn around. When I come in peace, you gotta pull out. It's feeling so good, you have no fears now. Don't come at me. She said, don't come at me, don't come at me. She said, don't come at me, don't come at me. She said, don't come at me, don't come at me. She freaky.
Listen,
That was our theme song.
if you
For
ain't
the
down, if
weekend.
you ain't down with it,
If you ain't down with "Don't Come in Me,"
I
then
don't know what to tell you.
Right. I don't know
I don't
what
know
you
what to tell you.
What have you been doing with your life?
I don't know what to tell you.
So,
And it was legendary because we got to meet.
So here's the thing. So we went to the Cleveland branch of Bella Noche. So first, we went. Actually, there's two. There's Bella Noche North, and then there's Bella Noche South. We went to Bella Noche North. So shout out to my buddy Ken, who lives in Cleveland, and he took us. We went out to dinner, and so we went to this spot. It was very that. It was very like fancy Negro, but not like Congressional Black Caucus fancy Negro.
no.
It's like
It's
purple drink fancy. There we go. But it was a nice spot. But when you walked in, there was a woman with a tiara on, and underneath the tiara, her hair was magenta. Not like Not like magenta ombre. I mean, like solid. And this was not a wig. This was her hair from the root to.
No, girl. That was all.
Oh, that was a wig.
That was a wig. That was all manufactured.
I thought I saw a part down the middle.
Yes, indeed. You too could have a part on your head. That was giving you Jessica Rabbit. That's exactly that part. Listen, that lace front was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Well, if it was a wig, it
was a wig.
It had a vibe of what? Bitch, what? What?
Hold on.
Who you talking to? Hold on. Who you talking to?
Hold on.
She was there with her wedding party and everything, but it didn't seem like it was going to jump off, but it seemed like the kind of place where it could jump off at any minute.
I was sitting in the background waiting for it to happen. It was like flatbacks and sequins all over again. I was
Yes.
like, what?
I was
waiting for it to happen.
What's that?
Waiting.
What's that?
Listen.
What's that?
There's no consonants on the end of these
What's
words.
that?
So there's no T.
What's that?
There's no D.
What's that?
There's nothing. It was just what?
What?
Hold on. Listen, no consonants ending in these all
So
none of these.
they were like, it was an hour and a 15-minute wait for that. So we was like, nah. So we went to this other spot, Bella Noche South. And we walked into Bella Noche South, and it was like, it looked like somebody's basement.
Listen.
But a nice basement. But so the tables.
Listen, it was a nice basement in somebody's row home, either in Cleveland or in Philadelphia or Baltimore
or Newark.
somebody's, and they just got it redone.
Right,
They
and
just
they got
the
little
mold
card,
out of the bottom of
They
it.
got high card tables.
Listen.
with
It was a literal sequin tablecloth.
And
How do you-
balloons? When I say not like you think of balloons, the balloons
So I got it
were
for you.
this big.
Wait a minute. You remember when you were a kid? For those that were in the 70s or 80s, when you used to go to the supermarket, those real big balloons on the little rubber band string, the little punch balloons. That's how big it was. It was like that big. It was like that big.
And guess who the proprietor was? The dudes that the dude that sing "Don't Come at Me." His mama owned Bella. It wasn't called Bella Noche, but his mama
It was
owned
called
Bella Noche. Renee's place.
Renee's
Place. Right. So his mother owned that restaurant, and the chick that's in the song was a waitress that worked there, and apparently she went viral for singing some song or whatever. And so I was like,
Listen.
it's kismet. This is like the universe is speaking to us.
Listen, we were sitting there getting our complete entire life. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But again, the sequin tablecloth was taking me out.
It was. It was like heavy sequins. It was like fabric. It was like you could have taken 2 or 3 of those and made a dress with it, kind of.
That's how much
sequin.
material you had.
It was a lot.
I lifted up the edge and I was like, ooh. I was like, okay. I was like,
She just
okay.
slowly walked out
I said,
with a couple of yards of it.
This end was just, this was a serger on the end of this fabric. They didn't even, I said, okay, well, no problem. But listen.
And then when they ordered, when we ordered drinks, it's like Mike ordered a gin, and he was like, "Can I get a double?" They was like, "Oh, we only pour doubles." I was like, "Yes, see, come on, Bella Noche."
That's right. That was certainly right. They only pour doubles, but they were stingy on the lemons or on the limes.
Right.
How you do that? Where they do that at?
But the sauce on them motherfuckers. First of all, them chicken tenders were terrible. And so
my chicken levels was low, so I'm gonna go ahead. But I was trying to get them,
right
back up.
But the sauces that came with it was cute, and the roast broccoli was good too. But we were there for the ambulance.
They was all right. Now that sauce, the sweet and sour sauce that I had, that was really good. It was kind of spicy though.
So Renee is also a bail bondsman, so that's good to know.
Bitch,
You didn't hear that part?
Hear that part?
He said that. Yeah, Ken told us that.
No wonder she was angry all the time. That bitch is she's like.
And so apparently she do a lot of good work in the community. We also made it to and they played like every black song that you could think of. They were playing Levert.
Listen,
They were playing the Isley Brothers. They were playing Love Don't Live Here Anymore. They were playing they were playing the Mary J. Blige
Faith
version.
and Mary
They were
J.
playing
version,
Faith
yes.
Evans. If they had bust into Lenny Williams because I
Listen.
Love You, I would not have been surprised at all.
Listen, It was definitely somebody, like we said, somebody's basement. Like you're listen, that uncle that's always been a player for life, and he's having all his player buddies come through, and they get ready to have a card party. But on the shelf they got all the Hennessy, and they got all the the E&J, and they got the Stolies. But then
I didn't look at the bar, but Hennessy was almost certainly prominently placed.
Like it was all there. It was on the bar.
And they had a security guard. So that's how you know it was. You know it was Bella Noche. Because they got a security guard standing there at the front door, and I was like, it ain't nobody in here yet, though. But
listen.
Okay, whatever. So, and it's a place that Mike Epps come to, so you know it was good. So, am I lying, though? But we had a wonderful time. Yeah,
it was good. It was good. Thanks. Shout out to Ken and.
That's why I just said Ken.
Okay. Ken and who I thought was the boo, but it's not the boo, but they were the bestie. So yes. Ken and the bestie. So thank you all because it was a great time.
Yes. So we had a really good time there. So we made it back to the Leather Stallion, and I did get my hot dog. Let me tell you how that. I just don't understand what it is.
Listen.
How good this hot dog is.
We need to put a pin in this for a second because listen, we already know that the hot dog changes lives. Yes. Let me just be clear. If you didn't see that, it changes. Because
I didn't just get the regular one. I got the hot dog with the American cheese. Cheese on it. They had cut it down the middle and put it with American cheese and mayonnaise but ketchup and mustard and the sweet relish. I was fucking that burger up with Yingling.
One of our associates went up there and got a hamburger.
Mike. Yeah. First of all, that was the biggest burger I ever seen in my life.
It was a double hamburger
with did it have like a piece of ham on it or something?
It was fucking fantastic. The seasonings on the grill was like, listen, they've never cleaned this grill since like 1974.
And it is perfect.
Every single piece of seasoning, it was like I will buy the grill. Like
right.
It was, and listen, this hamburger, I was sitting there like eating it, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. And I didn't want to be greedy. I didn't want to eat the rest of the hamburger, but I was like, just going to eat it. But I was surely sitting there looking at Mike like, you want
But didn't he give you half
He
of it?
gave it. But I split
you
that with
wanted the
everybody.
whole one.
I wanted the whole fucking hamburger. I was like, this is amazing.
Listen, when I got my hot dog, I was like...
Yeah, because you was in the corner. You was kind of like, this hot dog is everything.
Right, and everybody else sitting there.
And I looked at it, it was like, it was going in 3 bites.
You can hear people's stomach rumbling. And I was like...
3 bites later, and he's sitting there like, it was everything.
But the way that you was fucking that burger up, I was a little
sloppy though.
I was a little
it was running down my
right.
head.
I was a little envious. I was like,
no.
Even as I was eating my hot dog, I was like, I want some of that burger though. But no, so it was good though.
It was
so
really
that
good.
Was fun,
really
and then
good.
I had lots of fun. I had a little fun in the Well, see, I left the room and went downstairs and met a friend. And
that's what we call it, met a friend. Okay,
all
right, okay.
And this it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
One thing led to another. Then you woke up and it's like, here I am once again,
hello!
waking up in the morning with mayonnaise on my nipples and 122
right.
on my left foot, and I don't know how it happened.
Exactly.
This always happens when I go out of town.
Right. So the burger and the hot dog was everything. Bella Noche was everything. I got this cute poster.
That was a cute poster.
And shout out to so we went to the play space, and my sub was screaming and cutting it up.
Listen, let's talk about somebody that makes a scene wherever he goes. Let's be clear. And listen, for all the right reasons, but listen, if he is not in the space making noise, I don't know who the fuck you are because you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit because this. Listen.
So let's just be clear. The men of Onyx turned the play space out because I was in first one room and the other just giving it to my sub. Meanwhile, I'm giving it to my sub, and I look out and Master Joshua is fucking this man up.
Fangirled completely out when he took the floggers out and he started Florentine. I was sitting there at the chair like.
And then he was kneeing him in his ass. Now Joshua is short.
He's what? Is he 5 feet tall?
Oh, he's definitely 5
like
feet.
Five,
but he's
like
5'2", 5'3".
Okay,
he gonna be mad. He was like, "Bitch, I am 5'6".
So listen,
and 3/4.
And I'm not. Listen, that means nothing because clearly he was
right.
wearing this. And when the motherfucker, first of all, he had on. Let's back up. First of all, he had on a onesie.
Yes.
And a leather harness.
Yes.
And a baseball cap, and was still commanding the room. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, during that process of flogging the guy, listen, when I tell you he jumped up and did this like that suplex he was talking about,
he was like, hung in the air
Listen.
for a minute, and came down on it.
Them thighs of that sub got in. Ooh.
Yeah, he did. He was doing it. Oh, you missed him earlier today because you was volunteering. He had on these jeans and this corset.
I saw that. I saw him.
I was like,
I saw
God.
him. Yes,
You're a
listen.
dom, though.
Listen, I've completely fangirled out. And I had to have a conversation with him. So I'm thinking that Folsom might be, it might be an opportunity because we were talking about that as well. So
well, good
listen,
for you.
Master Joshua, we'll chit chat. We'll chit chat because there's some things that I want to have a conversation with you.
So he and I got into a bidding war over this
that
leather catsuit that was there because I thought it would have been perfect for my slave. Now it was technically too small, but the way that it laced up all of the
allowed for it.
extremities. So even if it was like right here on your body, I thought it would look good because along your entire flank, so like all down your arm and all down your side,
Right.
you could have
Done something else.
It would have just been like crisscrossed with the thing, and I just thought it was a cute look. But I had bid on it, and then I saw someone else had bid on it, and then I was like, well, no, girl, let me just. So I bid like $75, and then that other person bid $80. I was like, "Listen, we're gonna do this." I bid $110, and then someone else came in, and I saw it was Joshua, and he bid like $115. I was like, "Because it's you, I'm
let
not
that
gonna
go.
keep fighting." But bitch, I was prepared to go up to like $200 for this, but I was like, "I'm gonna let it go," because if it don't fit, then I'm gonna be mad. Get this $200 catsuit that I can't do nothing with because none of my subs are small enough to, because if it don't fit Azamek, then it's not gonna fit Chris, because Chris got
Well, Chris is. I mean, Azamek is tall and
Right.
long, and actually Chris is smaller than what he said he lost.
yeah, but he's got a gut.
Well, I mean-
But anyway, so it was good because Claw, there is no contest or anything. It's all about workshops, and
Yes.
fellowship, and brotherhood, and hoeing.
So it was. And then listen. So the one time, so I'm sitting in the little workshop supporting one of the brothers, and I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden I catch this little eye, the little fella that came in behind me, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, what? So we just kind of sit back, and I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and get this number. So here comes Mike, sits down next to me, wants to have a conversation, and I'm sitting there like,
Get the fuck out.
like I was trying to. So then, okay, at the end of it's like he left out.
because
and I was
Mike
like, all right,
sometimes
fine.
don't get the
I was
context
like, okay.
clues.
I was like, and I'm sitting there because I'm like, he's sitting there, he's sitting legs back up, and I'm sitting there having a conversation, looking back at him, and Mike's like, so what time are we leaving? I was like, I don't know, honey. I'm trying to focus back here. Anyway,
See, sometimes you just got to be literal. Mike.
I get
Like,
the
Mike,
number.
15 minutes. That's
I
what
I
need.
get the number because he was staying at another hotel because I didn't have time because we were trying to go and have something else to eat and do some other stuff. So I was like, all right, fine. But after I got the number, I went upstairs and I was having a conversation with one of the brothers in the suite, and I happened to mention who they were. Red flag came. He was like, no. And I was like, really? Jay was telling me like, no.
Who was it?
It was the one that Mike wound up.
Oh, he been blowing my DMs up on Twitter.
okay.
So I was
Well,
like,
all right.
nah,
Okay.
girl,
Yeah,
nah.
and that's what. And so then Jay told me a whole story about. I was like, okay. He's
well,
like, no. I said,
so-
okay. So anyway, but listen, somebody had good fun with him.
Right. Oh, and the last thing I will say, so all day Saturday, I kept running into this dude. This dude is like huge. He's like 6'9", and like basketball
yeah,
player
yeah,
build.
yeah.
He's this white guy with a red beard, bald head, and blue eyes. And we just kept sort of like running into each other all day. So like as we were getting ready to go out to dinner, I was like, all right. So I was like, we keep running into each other. We might as well say hello to one another. And he told me his name, and I promptly forgot it. So, but I did give him my card, and he told me that. I was like, so where are you from? Because he had an accent. So he was like, I'm living in Kentucky now. I used to live in Dallas, but I'm from South Africa. He was like, because we're all originally African. I was like, honey,
Like,
sweetie,
you're doing
just
too
stop.
much. You're doing too much. Yeah, you're
just
doing
let
too
it go.
much. Yeah.
You already listen. We're already going to fuck when I see you at IML, so you don't need to let me know that you're down with black people or whatever. Sometimes white guy, listen, because I'm not one of those people that are like, I personally do not look at people and say, oh, he's white and so I can or I can't. I look at individuals like he was a sexy, tall motherfucker with red beard and blue eyes. I saw sexy people of all ethnicities.
Right.
And so but white guys in particular, it's like, listen, You don't have to, tell me that you down with the fact that we having this conversation means that we
obviously,
already
right,
cool
yeah.
with it. You don't have to like prove your Negro credentials because I'm not like those.
Frankly, I'm not
like
interested.
like if you're like I love Jay-Z, like that's not what's gonna sell me.
Frankly, I'm not interested. If you have to feel like if you feel like you have to prove something to me, I'm not interested.
Right. So just
I'm not interested.
You could so we're gonna meet up at IML.
So, but wait a
I
minute,
will let you know what it's like to climb Mount South Africa.
Mount South Africa. So let's go back. We're gonna talk about something before we get up here. Before we go any further. So on our way to Claw, I happen to be granted permission to grace the vehicle of one of my good Bristas. So I'm riding in the car with Dominion. So I'm sitting in the car. I was like, great. I'm gonna get myself together. This is a little distance. We laughing, joking for a minute. It's like, okay, yeah. Then I started just nodding off because sometimes the motion, it just kind of lets you nod off just a little bit.
Pause, bitch. So I live off of 50th at East Capitol. By the time we got to 495, by the time we passed the Krispy Kreme donuts, 10 minutes away from my house, you were dead sleep.
Okay, so
don't.
okay,
First of all, don't act like we was up at Kiki.
Well, no.
Bitch, you
I said we were going
immediately.
to. That's what I was saying we were going to do that. So I was like, all right, fine. So yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's fine. I'm not discounting that. So I went to sleep. Now I am sleeping. I'm probably snoring and farting, whatever. I'm sleeping, but as I'm sleeping, I was kind of shaken and wakened and baked a little bit because I was kind of like.
That happened twice. Because
Did you say twice?
Because people kept slamming on their brakes in front of me because the trap. So I was pissed from the moment we got in the car because it's supposed to be like a 5-hour and 25-minute ride from door to door from my house to the hotel. I get in the car and it says it's 6 hours and 58 minutes. So we were in stop and go traffic, and there were several times where you've been driving and people aren't like super paying attention, so they jam on their brakes, and like a couple of times people dove off the side of the road onto the median because they weren't paying attention. And so like me and all the cars behind me and in front of me had to like jam on brakes because we didn't see whatever was coming, because you come over the rise and all of a sudden everyone has come to a dead stop.
So again, for me, while I'm sleeping, this is what I'm feeling. Because I'm being jerked and zigzagged around. And listen, on the flip side, I will talk about myself.
Now it's my turn.
No, I was a mention on the flip side.
I'm sitting there, so I was like, all right, so I've had my I've had my chicken tenders and French fries. So I was like, all right, it's time for me to take a little nap. So I get in the car, and I already don't sleep very well when I'm not driving. But all right,
that is a lie. Because every time we've gotten in that car and your ass been sitting in that passenger seat, your ass has been out.
My eyes have been closed. That does not mean I was asleep.
Your ass has been out. But okay, go ahead. So listen, two things for me.
Here's the steering wheel.
But listen,
here is the steering
wheel.
Two
things.
Here
I
is
absolutely
epic.
Anybody that knows me knows that I hate to drive in two conditions.
Squinting.
In two conditions, in the rain and at night. And when you put the two together, it drives me crazy. And you already know I can't see. Like I'm trying to adjust this glasses thing. So. Listen,
he wasn't that he was adjusted to the glasses. You didn't have your fucking glasses on.
They were in the back of the car.
So you're sitting there like this, and so
if I put my glasses on, I could have seen. I could have drift off.
Every time I drift off, I wake up. Are we dead? Are we dead?
But did you jerk around?
Are we dead?
But did you jerk?
No, we didn't jerk around. But you know what we did?
What?
A lot of times, riding over the road like. You know those little reflectors that are in...
That is total bullshit. That is total bullshit.
We may have drifted.
Listen,
No, it is not.
That is total bullshit.
I was like,
that is total bullshit.
Up my tires. You rolled.
You're lying. You are lying. That is total bullshit. I may have gone across the... Listen, I may have changed lanes without a turn signal because your car will go beep, 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 because it has that lane signal to change on it.
That's your signal to get back over.
Listen.
No, you rode that shit for like a good 5 seconds. I looked over at you like, girl, you gonna get back over in your lane or whatever?
That is total bullshit. Total bullshit. But anyway, it was an interesting drive, and so we had a good drive going up. We even had a better drive going back because I think we probably listened to every 90 fucking song.
We did. We listened to
every listen, every one of them, they just make you want to stop. You hear the music, and all of a sudden it's like, doom, doom.
Exactly.
You making a face, you doing the shoulders.
Right.
And we were in the car like the entire time. So it was good.
And I was in a better mood on the ride back because it only took 5 hours and 25 minutes like it was fucking supposed to.
And for the record, so when we got to Dominions, bitch, that key lime motherfucking cheesecake, I'm coming to get the rest of it.
Shit. I will fight you for the rest of that cheesecake because I have frozen it, and it will. I can, take a little slice off, and you eat it almost like a frozen. No,
honey, I'm coming to get the rest of that cheese.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so
no, ma'am.
Listen, let it be there.
Listen, I got a security system.
Let it be there when I get there.
You try it if you want to.
Okay.
Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get your fingers cut off. All right, so what we got to talk about. All right, so before we get to Avengers. Game of motherfucking Thrones. The ending was everything. And I found out a little piece of information.
Okay.
So, for those of you that watched it, remember when Jon was there with the dragon? What people are saying online now is that he was shouting, "Go, go, go" to Arya because where they were was right outside the Godwood where Bran was. So he was shouting, "Go, go, go" to Arya as she ran past and did her epic through the air, tried to stab, caught in the throat, dropped the knife to the other hand, and stabbed him. So I'm telling you, that was 82. That episode was 82 minutes. That is probably the best thing I've ever seen on TV. So there's that. So then we went to see Endgame. Listen, it's you've had since last Thursday to see it if you haven't seen it now. I like the movie.
Are we gonna do the spoiler? Are we gonna give spoilers on this? We gonna.
I don't really.
Spoiler alert.
I'm not necessarily into spoilers.
I mean, I just don't want. I don't want to tell people. I'm gonna just talk about what the movie. So if you haven't seen Endgame, let me give you. Listen. Turn this off right now.
Right.
Because
come back in 5 minutes.
Because we get ready to talk about this, and so we get ready to talk about specific stuff. So let's be clear. So I want anybody that's watching, come back because we're gonna talk about it. So I'm just letting you know. So you have 10 seconds to come off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Okay. So here we are. First of all. The 3 hours went like
it flew by. At the end,
yeah.
I did not feel like I had sat in the seat for 3 hours and 10 minutes. It was
in fact, now if a movie is that damn good, I'm gonna need to be 3 hours now because I need.
They literally covered everything. Everything that you wanted to happen happened.
I do have some questions though. I have a couple of questions towards the end, so we'll come back. Anyway. So I thought the way they brought it on was great. I liked the fact that they showed Tony Stark and they also showed what's her name.
Black Widow?
No, not Black Widow. The robot. Thanos' other daughter. The robot. I can't think of her name right now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so blah, blah, blah. Her and her green sister from
Gamora.
From Gamora.
I remember Gamora. Well, I can't remember her name, but the robot.
So I'm going to just say Sodom and Gamora because that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to call her Sodom and I'll call her Gamora.
Yeah,
so anyway.
yes.
But yeah, I like they put all that together. I like
Cortez,
that they went
what's the other one's name? He'll know.
Yeah, Cortez.
He'll figure it out. He'll post.
Anyway, so they wrapped up every single story.
Yes.
What's his name? Not Green Arrow.
Him, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, him. Everybody's story was wrapped up, and they kind of showed how they actually got to where they are at this particular point. I felt so sorry for him. Hawkeye. I felt so sorry. It was Hawkeye. I felt so sorry for him because of what happened and where he had got to this point in his life. I felt sorry for him. But everybody else had lost.
I felt sorry for him, but everything circles back to. And I was like, so I mean, you weren't the only hoe that lost your family,
right?
But you was the only hoe that went around the world thinking you was a one-man vigilante army and killing people. So listen, I mean, I felt like that was very white privilege.
Well, we're not debating that. So
there was that. But I loved how so they had to go and they did the theme was that they were going to go back in time and before to get the Infinity Stones before they got assembled in Thanos' glove.
Yeah.
So I also was like the way they just killed Thanos, like They didn't waste
Listen.
no time. They was like, we ain't fucking with this bitch. So
Listen.
Thor just cut his head off. I was like, damn. That was
So
like,
listen, Thor. They showed Thor,
Fat Thor was hilarious.
but Fat Thor was kind of sexy with that stomach. I said, this bitch. I was like, come on, Thickums. Listen, Thickums had it going on. I was like, come on, Thickums.
I still was into America's ass.
You know, that was hilarious. He was like,
Right.
that ass does look good.
America's
That is
ass.
America's ass. But anyway, y'all.
So
y'all
I
catch on
did
that
like
one
that. And so going back in time, it gave not Hawkeye. It gave Thor and Tony and who else?
It gave all of them: Thor, Tony, Hulk, because he was there talking to Doctor Strange's mentor. I can't remember his name. The
Yeah,
character's name.
the Wizard, Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
No. But what I was saying is that when they went back, they encountered people in their past that gave them closure. So,
yes,
Thor got a
yes.
chance to talk to his mother, and his mother was
Tony
like
got a
a
chance to talk to
sorcerer.
his father.
Right, and got a chance to talk to his father. Oh, and Captain America got to see Peggy again, even
yes.
though she didn't see him.
Right.
But they sort of were passing. You know, that made me cry a little bit, to get a little moist, because I was like, you know, what would I give to go back to have, you know, a last conversation, you know, with your parents and have them give you that closure. And like his mother knew. She didn't know that she was going to die that day, but she was like, "Oh, you're clearly from the future." She was like, "Baby, I was raised by witches. I see it all over you." So yeah. But I thought that was great. I liked how they brought everybody back at the ends, including Black Panther.
So I'm okay. We're talking about that. Okay, all right. Yeah, we're talking about that.
I didn't think that whole, you know, all of the women getting together thing. I was like, that was not earned.
So listen,
that was not an earned. It was a good moment, but it was not an earned.
when Black Panther first showed up,
Yeah.
that's when the
He
ventilation
looks-
system.
so here's the thing about Chadwick Boseman. He looks good as Black Panther, but just as a dude, I just don't find him attractive.
No, I'm gonna say no. But when they first showed up, the ventilation system got a little fucked up. And
Yeah.
then the
When
vents
when Spider-Man came back, and like Tony was just like over fucking cum.
Yes.
When
Emotion,
Peter
yeah.
Parker showed up, and you know, like he was just talking to Miles a minute, and Tony was just like,
just hug me. He's like, just hug me.
he's like, oh, this is weird, but
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Now the women that got together,
Yes.
that is a Avenging Force. I think it is. That's another
A-Force
comic.
or something like that?
that. I
Yeah.
can't think of what that. So Cortez might know what that's all about.
Yes.
But anyway, that was powerful, and it was amazing to see all of them together, and that was an iconic moment for me. And I kind of I got a little. The ventilation system got a little fucked up on me.
Yeah,
but
it was bullshit.
and I got a little
He
Nebula. Okay,
replied,
thank you,
Nebula.
Nebula. Thank you. I also got a little moist with Scarlet. I mean, not moist, but I got a little, damp around the eye with Scarlet with Black Widow. I mean,
Yeah. Black
that
Widow
whole-
and Scarlet Witch, because apparently Scarlet Witch is the most powerful
Scarlet
one
Witch
there, and they keep
is the
underplaying
bomb
her.
That's that whole Storm thing. That's the whole Storm thing.
Right.
Like they're giving her little red fireballs. I'm like, no, this is the bitch that actually can handle the Phoenix.
Right.
Like she can handle the Phoenix. So
Right.
we'll see how that's going to turn out. I don't know what we're going to do with that. But anyway,
So overall, I liked everything
But
about
here's
the
my
movie.
question.
So the end.
the ending.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of showed these people. What I want to know is, did you recognize when you saw Captain Marvel standing on the porch?
Right, that person that was in front of him, I don't know who the fuck
to
that
the
was.
right.
Right, I don't know who the fuck
And then
that
also,
was.
apparently there was some Asian man on the left that was behind
Wasn't
Hawkeye.
that the one that was with Doctor Strange? The thick guy? The thick Asian
Is that
guy?
who that was?
I thought that's who that was.
Okay, maybe. So if that was him, but why would he be there and then everybody else wouldn't be there? But okay, I mean, all right.
But I mean, I just think it was people who were sort of new Tony Stark or whatever and came to pay their respects, and maybe everybody just wasn't available.
But
on the
he
day
didn't
of
even
shooting.
know Tony Stark, but I don't think he did. That Asian guy.
Maybe he didn't.
But anyway, so other than that, it was cool. Like I enjoyed
So
it.
he was like a named character on the script,
and there was
you know,
no spoilers. Thank you, Jesus.
well, because this is the end of
It's
the
the
cycle.
end of the cycle. So I mean,
So
but
what I
it's-
liked
yeah.
about the ending, so they set up a couple of interesting things. They
Hey, Midas.
set up a new, they set up the A-Force.
Yes.
they set up, now that Black Panther is back. I mean, we already knew that some of this shit had to happen because there's already a standalone Black Widow movie. There's
there?
Yeah, not right now, but it's in development.
Oh, okay.
That's well known that is happening.
Okay,
that's happening.
Now the fun
Spider-Man, what is it? Far From Home is coming. We already know that there's a Black Panther 2 coming. So there's all of these movies happening. So we know that it's somewhat, and it's all known that these was, well, at least for some of them.
Thanks, Midas. He met Tony in Infinity Wars. That's what he said. I remember that. Okay.
So, at least a couple of these movies are supposed to happen after the events in Infinity War. So we know they had to have found some way to come back. Especially, like let's put it this way, if Black Panther hadn't made so much money, Black Panther would have never come back. He would have been like, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. He would have just been like a little.
Been in the background.
Right.
And where was Lupita? Did I miss Lupita? Like,
she wasn't there because I was expecting him to be standing by the sequence doing spy shit.
Listen. But
I didn't, and I also like that they set up a Black Captain America.
So we'll have to see what they're going to do because I feel like they're ready to fuck that up. And when I say fuck that up, meaning not because he's black, but because they've taken. I wasn't a Captain America fan of reading the comic books, but I don't necessarily remember that he passed it on to someone else. And then I just heard from someone else earlier today that he did. Mm-hmm. And so I don't really. He's losing. I don't know. I feel like he's losing something by passing it on to somebody else.
Yeah, because because if
they don't have the same,
what is his name, like War something? But does he have like the? I thought he could. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having a suit that can make you fly, but Captain America has like super strength and a bunch of other things.
Because of
if
all
this
this
dude
stuff, right.
doesn't have all of that.
Peter Graphite?
Who?
Peter Graphite?
No.
Oh, hey, Peter. What's up, Peter?
Hey, Peter. How are you?
How are you? What's going on?
Okay. Oh, well, we appreciate that.
Thanks for tuning in, Peter.
We really do appreciate it. So I did like how they're setting up things that are happening and coming, and I like that there'll be more diversity, and I'm interested in seeing this A-Force and a bunch of other things. I thought that'll be cool.
Midas, we can talk about this offline, but I don't understand how Falcon doesn't have. I got to talk about that offline because he sent it past all the. But anyway, that's another.
Yeah, I was like, he don't have no superpowers.
He doesn't have the power that, not that I remember, but I'll come back to that.
I mean, because that was the whole thing is that Captain America, because of his superpowers and his the strength and everything, like he could do that with the shield because he had this incredible eye-hand coordination.
Yes.
I mean, he could just like figure out that angle and throw it over here. What?
Oh, okay.
Oh, he could throw that over there and know what angles is going to come back and grab it because he had that eye-hand coordination. So, I mean, I guess maybe he's going to get a shot or whatever. We'll see. So I thought that was a great movie. I might actually go see it again.
I think I'm going to have to because
like on a $5 Tuesday or something. Yes. I ain't paying for IMAX again.
But what I'll also say is too, I like how they set it up for the comic books. Thor is female.
And so you're thinking Valkyrie might be the new?
Yes, I'm thinking because he also he set her up to say he's like, well, you're the queen.
Mm-hmm. I did like how Captain America was able to hold Thor's hammer.
Yes, but again, they set that up for that because again,
because he did that in the first.
Somebody said it moved.
It moved. He didn't pick it up, but he was the only one that could even make it move.
Okay.
So I think that's good. So all right, so we got to get to. Drag Race. So I got a couple of things I want to say. Bitches stole my name because Clint Eastwood was going to be my new drag name. Clint Eastwood is hilarious to me. Is that not hilarious to you?
Clint
Eastwood. Yes. So anyway,
I'm
going
to process
the mini challenge. I thought it was whack. I thought everybody did terribly, but it was
Brooklyn was good for the mini challenge with reading. I mean,
I love Brooklyn, but I just didn't think Silky is still just weighing me out. I didn't think she was funny at all. So
but listen, that presence is what I'll give her. She has that whatever that it thing is. She has it. She doesn't necessarily know how to use it yet, or like use her powers for good, if you will, but. It's there, but she's going to wear me out. I'm going to get tired of her, but I feel like it.
So LAPD, it was Los Angeles Drag Patrol, was some of the skits were very funny. I didn't think Silky was funny at all.
Silky
I
was
felt like
just-
she was doing
The idea was
doing-
nice.
The idea was nice. I felt like she was doing the same T.S. Madison character that
Well,
she
yeah,
did.
she was just her.
before, and I didn't care for
Yeah.
it. Poor Sugar got sort of ran over by Silky just yelling.
Sugar just
I felt
doesn't
like
have
she because remember
a big personality.
remember the bitch that couldn't talk that was from Texas a
Why do I
couple of
not
seasons
remember her
ago.
damn name? She
Had
was
like
a
a
dad
Jerry
of- yeah,
curl.
she-
Right. And they, in whatever little acting challenge, they chided whoever was her partner for talking over her and not really giving the other scene partners the opportunity.
you talking about
to
from
speak.
this season
No,
or
no, this
from-
was a previous season. It was like, remember the one that was like real country, the black girl that was real
You talking about
country.
Chi Devane?
T.T. Devane.
Okay.
And in whatever acting challenge they had, she couldn't get a line in edgewise because
Wasn't that
someone,
with that crazy ass? Was it Milk or was it? Not
it might
Milk.
have been Milk or whoever it was. But my
Overtook the
point
scene,
is
yeah.
like they should have critiqued Silky for the same thing because it's one thing to be just like really good and the other person is retiring, but she was talking over
Yes.
Sugar
Yes,
and
she
didn't
did.
even give Sugar an opportunity to participate.
But the
in
problem,
scene.
but also the problem with that is too. You need to if you know you're going up against a strong personality, you need to make your presence known.
Right.
Unfortunately, but the sad part is, Silky feeds off of that.
She does.
So it's kind of you just gotta find that happy place.
She's a bully.
Well,
So the scene with Nina and Brooklyn was hilarious.
So, listen.
I was dying.
Nina's
when
facial
she's like,
expressions.
I'm a level 4 vegan. I'm a level 4 vegan, and Nina was just like, she's like, she's parting the Red Sea.
Nina's facial expressions were everything. That is somebody who knows how if she would have been in a scene with Silky would have been way up here. Nina would have been down here because Nina would have operated in this space. She's like,
Right.
okay, I know you're all the way up here, so I'm just gonna work in this space right here.
Right.
So yeah, but that was great. Brooklyn, I'm gonna give a shout out to her because she was that's what she did. She used her body. She knows how to do it, and that,
But it
that
was
worked.
very-
But it was
I
funny.
thought it worked really
It was very
well for
funny.
her.
It worked well. It did. It worked very well.
Vanjie and Plastique, listen, I love you, Vanjie, but your time on the show was about up. I'm glad Plastique got to go.
See,
Both of them.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come
too.
back to that because I
Yeah.
disagree with what you said. So
Okay.
Akira and Evie, I felt like Evie
Twerk
was
one and
barely
twerk
in
two.
barely in that scene. She didn't do terribly.
She
but
did not.
This was another thing. So I feel like this, as opposed to Silky and Sugar, this really was Evie not stepping up. I don't feel like Akira talked over her. I just felt like
Yeah, she
Evie
didn't
take
talk over her, yeah.
moments.
That is true.
To do what she did.
That is true.
And so Akira just sort of walked away.
I don't think Evie was comfortable with the whole scene anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first piece.
Yeah.
So and that kind of showed it in what happened between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm gonna give Akira some. She was funny. She was funny in a very Medea type of way.
It was, but it was on point.
It was-
I felt
yeah,
like
it
I
worked.
knew that
It
woman
worked. Yeah,
on-
it worked.
I knew that chick on the block. So the look, Nina's look. You said cute. Nina's look was everything.
When it was really cute
it was-
because
it
the
was-
combination,
it
the whole,
it wasn't cute. It was
cute.
It was
the
very
whole
cute.
suited, like she was suited and booted, and with the eye and the polka dot, like it was.
Sugar's
cute.
look was cute too.
Sugar's look was
With the
a
very
bit-
My
it was
Fair Lady.
confusing, but it was well together. It was well put together.
didn't think it was- I thought it was-
confusing from this. Why should I say confusing? It was busy.
Really?
It was busy. Like Nina's look was all over, but it wasn't busy like
didn't-
Sugar's. The pattern, the fabric, the dress, the ruffles, that was busy for me. For me, it was
Okay.
busy for me.
I didn't think
But
so.
it was, it was a cohesive look.
Brooklyn zebra look. I do agree that
Listen.
that was hot.
I liked it. I thought it was a hot look.
Akira's nip tuxu. I didn't care for it.
It was. Listen.
I thought it was but it was really just. I thought they was gonna read her because I was like, it's a cat suit with appliques and shit over it, which is fine, I guess. I mean, she looked good in it, but I just didn't think it was anything special. Vanjie,
Listen.
I didn't care for. I did care. I
She
did
was
like
a
the
man-
little thing.
She was a man in a cat suit, and
Right.
actually it was more like a man in a cat suit and pants. And Michelle read her ass about the silhouette
Right.
of the pants because
Right, because they weren't form fitting.
And again, they were too big. Number one, and so
Right.
it should have been. They should have been made right to size for her. So when
Right.
by the time she put padded in, or when she got padded and was in those pants, it would have looked perfect. It would have felt
Right.
like it was poured onto her. But
And I didn't Plastique's look. I was like,
it was
"Aight."
just pretty. Like we're just gonna say it was just pretty.
And Silky
That's all
looked
it was.
terrible.
Silky,
So it
they
wasn't-
read
it
her.
was- they read the shit out of her.
Michelle read the shit out of her.
And she kept coming back to it, which was like a further read. It was like, bitch, all you had to do was your lips and your eyes. You know, yeah, it was terrible. And
Michelle
then
was like, "Are you paying underneath
and
there?"
then
She's like, "No."
She looked and looked. She just looked like
that
she
outfit,
had
though,
a
she
mother.
just shook it out the bag and put it on.
Yeah, she looked like not the mother of the bride, or what do you call it? The mother of the church. She looked like she had on a mother of the church outfit
Silky
in PVC.
said, "I gotta get dressed."
Right, and then if you're going to do a thing like that, it didn't even fit well, like because that was part. They were harkening back to Rue's look where she had the whole face thing. They call it a face
face-
and that thing
but
needs
listen.
to fit like perfectly around your mouth and your eyes. Her mask didn't fit well, and then the wings. And,
Let's be
or not
clear.
the wings, but it's like, are you a fly? She's like,
RuPaul,
she's like, she's like, are you a roach? She was like, no, I'm a fly. I was like, well, a fly with no wings is a roach.
RuPaul, you turned that
look out. Yes.
Listen, I was glad I was there to witness it when it did because I was in awe and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And even the kids that came on the show and just did this didn't do as well as you did, but you turned that look.
Yes.
Because I need them glasses though. I'm gonna need you.
So the bottom two were Vanjie and Plastique. I like the song. Maybe I still have a soft spot for Vanjie. I thought she did really good, and I thought she deserved to win.
So
because I
here-
thought Plastique was giving that's like a hood girl song, and Vanjie was giving you hood girl realness, whereas
did.
Plastique was giving you
Listen.
princess trying to go to the hood, and I just wasn't
See,
feeling
and
it.
I didn't see that. See, what I thought was this is a lip sync. Let's get into this lip sync. I don't need you to do all this extra and you drop it down.
But it
that
was the part
fine.
of the song.
But that's correct. But she wasn't ladylike with it. And I'm gonna give Plastique the benefit of the doubt. No, she's not from the hood, but what she was giving you was Sex Kitten. She was giving you at minimum, she was giving you an Ashanti. And that's not even saying that she's,
that's
you know,
damning with faint praise.
well, but again, that's all you needed for this. That's all you needed. And on top of that, her lip sync was on. Vanjie's was not.
I will say that, yes.
It was not.
I was like,
and so
is
if we're
she
talking about a
missing the
lip
words
sync,
a little bit.
I was like,
Okay.
girl, you too busy trying to shake this ponytail. Stop shaking this ponytail. Pay attention to your words, honey. Lip sync for your life.
Who was that she called? Rue called the Marla Gibbs of drag, which I just thought was she was talking about Akira. She called Akira the Marla Gibbs of drag, which I just thought was hilarious.
wait.
And then they were Fortune Feemster, or what's the other dude's name?
That Fortune is a
Is a woman.
Yeah, I was supposed to say. Oh, you're talking Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yeah.
Cheyenne.
Referred to what a Plastic did as a cooter slam. And
Yes.
I've never heard it called a cooter
Yes.
slam before,
Yes.
which I just thought was hilarious.
Yes.
So,
So I liked it. But again, once again, I disagree. Now, I agree with you. Ms. Vanjie's time is very, very limited.
Yes,
Like,
I think
if
she's-
she does not go home
I
this
don't.
week,
I don't think
then-
she was one of my early favorites, but I think she has been replaced in my top 4 with Akira. So for me, it's Akira, Nina, Brooklyn, and Evie. So those are my top 4. Sugar might squeak.
She
in
might. It depends
if one
on
of
if
those
some of them
other
slip
4
off.
fuck
Yes.
up.
If one
It's
of them
not
slip
going to
off.
be Vanjie. I just don't see it for her. I mean, listen, I love me some Vanjie.
I do. Listen,
But-
Vanjie, I love you.
but I just
girl,
don't see it for her.
I don't see you as a top 4.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yes.
Well, let me say this. I don't see you winning. Because she might slip up into some weird.
Well,
mishap
yes,
of
I
event,
could see her
but I don't see you
making
winning.
it to the top 4. But yeah,
No, I don't see you
winning, no.
Nope. Sorry.
So, what else is there? Anything else exciting happening in the world?
So shout out to the Onyx Pledges that are going to have their
Yes.
they're having
Social.
an event, a social this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. So I just want to let you guys know.
Totes looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and so good luck, and I'll be there.
Don't fuck it up.
I'll be there. So
Yes,
yeah.
I'll definitely be there.
Other than that, what else is going on this weekend?
I
got a party to go to.
Scorpius is having his
And Jack.
Yes, Jack is having the Leatherman of Color. Jack Thompson is having his IML send off at the Eagle
Yes.
on Friday.
Yes,
and
yes.
Scorpius is having his Scorpius Red. Mr. Maryland Leather is having his send off at the Baltimore Eagle
Yes.
on Saturday night.
Yes.
So I'll be there for both of those. One of these weekends.
I got to figure out what I got to sit down.
I'm not going anyway on Sunday. You know, I got to have one day in the week where I don't fuck with you girls.
Yeah, and I got a party to go to as well on the next week after. So it's a lot. We're already in that season, and then around the corner is Pride season. And as Devious said, oh my God, Pride season is exhausting. It is exhausting.
Right.
But we'll show
gonna
up
make
and
it
show
happen.
out. So,
All right. So, all right, here we go. Y'all ready? Let's do this.
we're going to take y'all up on out of here.
So, the BGK8 show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific.
I woke up like this.
Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGK8 show with Dominion and Epic. Currently, we are able to host. Don't come at me, don't come at me.
Maybe we
Anyway.
can use that as a theme song.
I know, right? Currently, we are able to host a studio audience, so we look forward to having you all here one day. And if you can't be in our audience but still want to interact with us, you can chat with us. Call us at 240-719-2560. One more again, 240-719-2560. Epic, how can the kids get in contact with you?
So you can reach me on Facebook. You can look for me as Epic Onyx. You can also reach me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx. And you can also find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. How can they reach you?
You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at DomOnyx, Facebook.com/Dominion.onyx, and my website, www.domonyx.com, which I apparently need to revamp because I was looking at it on my phone and half of the content wasn't showing up.
For the
Like my blogs and stuff. I mean,
Oh,
you
wow.
can go to the website, but the blogs weren't properly resolving because one of the sessions was about I might be writing for a new magazine called Alpha Tribe. So
listen, that magazine is everything.
It is,
Like
it
I was
is.
like, this is hot.
it is.
Okay.
So, all right, kids, we will see you all next week. And
Yes,
we're
indeedy.
going to talk about hiatus, but probably June.
I think we did last time. Was it June
Yeah,
or
last
July?
year we did.
Or was that
Oh,
July?
no, it was July because we
July.
had to be here for Black History Month because we talked about our favorite songs every month, every show. Remember?
Black History Month? That was in February.
No, Black music. Did I say
Oh,
Black
Black
History?
Music.
I meant
Okay.
Black music.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Black music.
Oh
month.
yeah. So
So
yes,
so we're going to
more
come up with
songs.
songs for Black
But
Music
anyway,
Month.
thank you all for
so
tuning in. You be ready to say something?
I was going to say thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Bye.